We are in the village of Blockley, a lovely village in the Cotswolds, famous for being the centre of the silk industry in the 18th and 19th century. We're going to walk about 5.5 miles, a little bit snowy still in places, definitely icy in places, but it's a beautiful day. We're parked here at the car park of the Great Western Pub. This is the view from the middle of Blockley. Isn't it lovely? We are just making our way uphill, I think this is called Park Road. Boy's towing me uphill. Because in a minute we're going to cut across and rejoin the Diamond Way where we left it on the last walk. And then we'll sort of head back into the village. So, fortunately we're in the shade, so you can't see how lovely the sun looks on this Cotswold stone. Because it's a bright day, but as you can imagine, it's January. It is about 0 degrees, I think the car said. Dogs are keen to get running and get warm. Bailey, hold on. Go. So last time, we came down that hill, up onto this hill, and then headed sort of that way. So we're going to pick up the Diamond Way just up here. And then we'll be making a left-hand turn and heading to Blockley. So here we are, back on the Diamond Way. Going that way. There we are, ahead of us once more is the village of Blockley, which we're going to pass straight through now that we've just caught up on this little bit of the Diamond Way from where we turned off last time. So this is Blockley High Street. As you can see, it's quite narrow, so there's not many places to park in Blockley. Hence I'd suggest if you're going to do this walk, if you can park at the pub, obviously go in and have a drink when you finish the walk. Give them some custom. There's the odd place on the side streets, but it's probably why this village is not as popular with tourists as some of the others, because you can't really park. So here we are going to turn right down that footpath. Our return leg is down that rather snowy looking road and back into Blockley. Hopefully it'll have thawed a bit by then. That's a beautiful house, and in that stunning snow on the roof and what have you, we're going up this way into the Northwick estate. On the Diamond Way. So if we're coming up this nice wooded track, I'm going to keep going up this way. Oh, so I've walked up there. What a beautiful sunny day. And there is the Diamond Way sign. I'm gradually going upwards on this farm track, but what a view. I don't know if that's Blockley in the distance over there. Anyway, we will keep on going uphill. It's just about levelling off now, and in the distance you might be able to hear the A44, which we have to cross in a bit, about another, I don't know, 400, 500 metres. So this is our crossing, just straight across there, but it's quite a busy road, so we'll be very careful. Across the road, back across fields. So if you're interested in walking the Diamond Way, there is a guidebook that you can buy, written by the Ramblers, that covers, it shows you the whole main route, but also covers all these circular walks that allow you to cover the Diamond Way in stages. And I'm going to put the GPX file for all the walks in the description of the video. So if you want to follow it, just download that, stick it on your phone, and it'll just guide you along and you won't get lost, I hope. And it's at this point that we're going to leave the Diamond Way, which I think heads down there. But anyway, we're not going ahead on that footpath. We're going to go up this lane.
Now turn left, then turn right.
As you can hear, my sat nav is telling me what to do. And then we're going to hit an A road, and only for a short distance before we loop back to Blockley. So we've had a kilometre of walking on this quiet lane, but now we're getting to the, I think it's the A44. We've got to go left here for about 200 metres and then cross over to the other side, and there will be a bridle path. So that was quite tricky, just staying on the verge. This is quite a busy road, but now we're on the bridle way. This is lovely. Definitely worth that couple of 100 metres along the side of the A road. Gently downhill. It's a very interesting tree. I wonder what lives in that hole. All right, so that water you can hear, that's Blockley Brook, and it was that water that was used for the silk mills. And I think the reason Blockley is one of the bigger of the Cotswold villages, without being a town, is based on that wealth that came from the silk industry. It's funny, you think in the Cotswolds it'd be wool, but no. Apparently it was silk. So we're just coming out of the woods and back into the edge of the village, where we should rejoin the high street. Just walking back down the high street, and the sun's really picking up the colours of the buildings. Well, we've reached the end. We're back at the centre of Blockley, the bloody church behind me. Thank you very much for watching, and I have to say this is a really lovely route. That finish coming downhill through the woods made up for that little bit on the main A road. So the GPX file will be in the description. You can just follow the route. And thank you very much. That's leg 8 of the Diamond Way done.